Luke, let's get your final reflections on the draw at Gateshead on Tuesday night. You gave us your final reflections on the game on Tuesday. Have you differed at all since then? You've analysed the game back.
Yeah, I mean, we played well in parts, but again, I'm disappointed with obvious errors that we made that were changed the course of the game. I'm very disappointed with that. I understand it. I accept. I know that players can make mistakes, but we just have to try to we have to try to get to the point we don't make these type of errors, and then we need to stay in control of the game for longer periods. We managed to establish ourselves, I thought, on the game after the first 10 minutes probably, and of course the opposition were really energetic the first 10 minutes and made us made us struggle. But then after that, I thought, we got to grips with the game and we started going to the box a lot and put a lot of balls, dangerous balls in the box. And then we start the second half so badly. It's hard to, it's hard to come back from that immediately. And I thought the lads felt the pressure there after that early goal in the second half. But again, we got to grips with the game and we started to control the game and get to the box a lot and put a lot of good balls into the box. And on reflection, a lot of good. The boys were able to bounce back, but no, we need to improve. We need to stay in control of the game for longer, and we need to take out the errors. But the guys know that, and we're working to do that.
Yeah, you mentioned the errors. I mean, how do you go about ironing those out as a manager? Is there anything you can do more of like on the training ground for ironing? Is it just a case of a mental thing, do you think?
Well, I think that the players, some of the things are new, and the level of concentration to be able to control the game from start to finish is, it takes time for the players to be able to do that, but they need to get up to that level very quickly. And look, we haven't lost the game, but it's my opinion that we should have won all three, because if we take obvious errors out, we win all three games comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. You needed quite a lot of character from your squad to keep going and to get that equaliser in the end. I mean, it felt like it was never going to come, but eventually it did. How pleased are you with the fact that you kept on going and ultimately came away with what could be a valuable point?
Yeah, I love that from the guys that they really went after the game, and I think if we played another 5 minutes, we probably win the game, because they just at the end were really relentless at the end, and we make a very similar action to the goal and nearly scored right at the death. So I love that from the guys. They didn't go under and they bounced back, but they just need to avoid putting themselves in that position in the first place, and that's what we need to do, and then we can go home and away and we can win games.
Yeah. What's the latest on Toby Adebayo-Rowling? Not seen him so far. Is he likely to feature in the very near future?
I don't know the near future, but because we have everybody at the moment pretty much fit, and it's a competitive, tough. One or two things I've asked Toby to work on to convince me that he's completely ready, and he's doing that so well. So I can't complain at all about that. He's applying himself. A few fundamental things that worried me a little bit in pre-season, but he's great character, and he is working so hard to impress. And of course, there's going to be so many opportunities for the squad to change, because we're playing a lot of games, and the games are tough, and the travelling is tough. So he just needs to be patient and carry on doing what he's doing, and his opportunity will come, and then it's up to him to take it.
Yeah, is he one of those players that's sort of knocking on a manager's door and saying I'm ready to start, or is it a case of a few more, like you say, fundamental things that he needs to work on to try and get that opportunity?
I think he doesn't really need to knock on my door, because I told him everything. He knows where what I think and where he is with me, because we had a very open dialogue all the time. So he understands what it is that is preventing me from putting him in front of another player. So he's working on that and he understands that, and he's doing everything right.
Yeah, I suppose that shows that the quality of the players and the squad that you've got. The fact that you've got a player like Toby, who's trying to get in the starting 11, but ultimately he can't get in there and take a shirt off another player.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the guys are really competitive, and we have good options there. So it's not an easy, it's not easy to get in the squad. Obviously, only five subs, and we need to cover all the positions. So more attacking players normally on the bench, strikers and attacking midfield players, because they're more likely to make a tactical change. So yeah, he just needs to keep going and wait for his opportunity, which he at some point will come.
Yeah, and a quick word as well on Kedwin Scott rather. He obviously played alongside Macaulay Langstaff a lot at Gateshead. Is that something that you're thinking about using more of in the coming games? The fact that they've got that relationship already.
Yeah, definitely, and a lot of the reason why Kedwin hasn't been on the pitch as much is because he had a really disrupted pre-season. He had COVID. He lost a lot of fitness and conditioning. He was actually very unwell for a while, and so he's behind the rest of the group. And some of the time in training, he's looked like he's feeling, because of course we need to work him so hard to try and get him up to speed, but that's taken its toll on him. But we can see how much quality he's got, and then of course Cairo has had a very good pre-season. Has worked extremely hard, and he came off the bench and scored a good goal. And he came on and he looked very bright again. So Kedwin's gonna play, and he's gonna play at some point with Maka. The other thing as well is that when you don't have Matty Palmer, midfield is a bit more difficult to control with just three players. So more times we've been four players in midfield, and so I only leave one position for a striker. But we can see that Matty is ready to play. We can see that Matty's ready to play, and he has so much quality and energy that it changes things a little bit and gives us a different option.
Yeah, certainly does. Let's focus on the Chesterfield game on Saturday, a local derby at Meadow Lane. How excited are you for that one?
Yeah, I can't wait for this game. Because the atmosphere is going to be so good, and it's a really tough opposition and a really tough manager to play against. I've been against a few times against Chesterfield when he was there before, and at Ipswich as well. So it's going to be brilliant, and I can't wait for the game. I think the players feel the same.
Yeah, and it's good to see as well that it's back on Meadow Lane. It's going to be on TV as well. I mean, there's going to be a few sharp haircuts going on this week, and they're going to be on the telly.
Yeah, there's no doubt there's going to be some trims. Yeah, not so much myself. It's quite easy, but I think for the guys, there's going to be some trims. Yeah.
Yeah, and they like you, they're unbeaten in their first three games as well. There seems to be a few teams at that top end who are proving very difficult to beat at the top end of the National League.
Yeah, I think nobody's surprised to see the likes of Chesterfield not having not lost yet. Of course, we know it's going to be tough. We're not under prepared for that, but we need to be brave and take our game to them and try to see how good we are, because it's still early in the season, and we don't know exactly how we are yet. And it's a good marker for us.
Yeah. Does it still feel like a work in progress at this stage of the season? Knowing that you've got things that you're trying to work on, that you're trying to get the players to click with and understand, and eventually it will click, and you will get that level of performance from your players.
Yeah, I think we won't stop all the time. I'm sure we won't stop all the time trying to improve. But for me, trying to understand what the players can and can't do, the qualities they have, the things that they find more difficult, and some players can play Saturday, Tuesday. Some players struggle to produce the same again. So yeah, learning all the time what they can and can't do, and what the characters are like.
Yeah, and they're very finely on Chesterfield. I mean, they themselves look like, again, they're going to be challenging quite big hitters in this league. What are you expecting from them, sort of on the pitch, and the physicality of them?
Yeah, it's going to be really tough, because they have good players and they're motivated. They have like I said, they have a very good manager the players will know what they're doing and what's expected, and they'll be motivated. So with good quality as well, it's going to be really really tough. But
Yeah.
we have good quality. We have good players, and hopefully we have a strong game plan, and so we have to play everyone, and these are the games that the guys want to play in.
Definitely. Appreciate your time, Luke. Thank you very much once again, and wish you well for Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jake. Ollie, have you got anything to add?
Yeah. I just wanted to know if there's a further update on Aiden. Obviously, you mentioned pre-game said that he was going to miss out after doing his Achilles. I was just wondered if there was any more assessment on that and whether he would be available this Saturday.
Well, he'd been on the pitch today, on the training pitch today, so we have to wait and see if everything settles down good after today's training, and if so, we have one more day to assess, obviously, and make sure that we are sure that he can play the game without suffering too much and breaking down. But yes, good progress so far. Is better than it could have been more severe, but hopefully we avoided that. So we see he has a good chance.
Yeah, and then just finally, we've seen a lot of tactical changes that you've made, specifically in midfield and attack. Obviously, dropping Maka further back and getting Kara up there and trying to feed through that way. I was just wondering if there's like a possibility of potentially, you're obviously comfortable in playing with a back five. Is there a possibility of potentially going to a front three or a back four, and putting more bodies into midfield rather than playing with the five at the back? Is there a flexibility with the formation, or are you quite set on playing with a back five because it's a comfortable formation?
No, I'm not set on that, but it's more that we started that way and trying to get everybody to feel comfortable with something and try to get the detail. But for sure, it's definitely something that I want to do at some point, is to be able to play a back four, and hopefully we can play guys at the very top of the pitch more with real attacking instinct, and have the cover behind from fullbacks to defend the back of the pitch more. So I would love to be able to do that. We have to make sure we do that at the right time, because it requires work, and we have to get the detail right. To change at the right time is amazing. Change at the wrong time is terrible. So at the moment, try to play one striker behind the other in the end of the Boreham Wood game. And so we start the game with a midfield player behind Maka, and the midfield player can go deep into midfield to try to create an overload to get the ball. But then with Maka playing there, he just stays high up the pitch and behind Cairo. Then we played with two strikers at the top of the pitch, and at the end of this Gateshead game with one pivot. So I'm trying to see if we can change and see what the guys can do and how comfortable they are with different things. And like I said before, having Matty such a special player, when he's available, we can do more things. When Kedwin's fully fit, we can do more things. So that we have to make sure that everything is done at the right moment, and not make more sort of stressful or confusing for the players, really.